3 days. I was supposed to go somewhere. Someone expected me to go somewhere, and I said, I'm staying. And someone said, Parker isn't going to be happy in 3 days. I've got to see if he's upset. Somebody was going to be very upset for 3 days. 3 days, something's happening in 3 days. And I said, I'm not going nowhere. I told the lady, hello, Apple Brooks. And this lady was happened to go to like a funeral. Somebody had died. But she was getting ready. She grabbed a CD. She was going to watch it. She'd be gone for 3 days. But something was going to happen. And she was going to a funeral, but in 3 days. And I said, I'm going to stay. I'm going to watch over the house. Strangest dream. I wasn't going to go nowhere. It's going to watch over the house. In a dream. In 3 days. She said, I got to make a phone call. Because I think they're really upset. Because it's going to be 3 days. I'm trying to think, who do I know as Parker, but then it could be on a worldwide scale. I don't know. You don't. It sounded cryptic, is what it sounded. But I slept in. Didn't sleep very well last night at all. Good morning. Good morning. You got my cup of coffee. Got my cup of coffee. It's LOVE. You can't see it. Let me set my coffee right here. I drink black coffee. Love. That's my. Good morning. If you're just tuning in, today is Wednesday. You're told if you eat cheese before bedtime, you dream more. I don't eat much dairy products. I never have. Never been a dairy person. Yeah, and I can't eat nothing before bedtime. I don't really eat nothing past 4 o'clock. If I can avoid it, I will not. I must she. Hello, Edwin the Crow. Edwin the Crow. Then there's something has begun. Do you believe World War III has begun? Do you? That World War III has begun? Hold a second. So 3 days. I just now turned on to this. 3 days and a phone call. Because somebody was upset. It was a man. But Parker. My time. Out of whack. Hello, Hoodlum. North Norway. It's beautiful in Norway. Yeah. North Norway. Germany's latest warning to give chilling World War III. Oh, prepare. What a headline. What a headline. Prepare for Germany, latest country to give the chilling warning, chilling, telling civilians to prepare for a global apocalypse. A global apocalypse. Oh, I think I like this right here. I would wear that if I had to. It looks rather, whatever it was. I don't know what that was. No, it looked like a bone thing. I thought it was some kind of armor. Battle armor. I was going to put that battle armor on. No, my gosh, no. This is, oh my gosh, you can tell you why some people are so upset with Trump. Trump. GI, yeah. I don't think it was what I thought it was. It could have been. Look at this. Fresh fears new Donald Trump era will spark World War III threat and cause clashes with China and Ukraine. What on earth do we have right now? We have a president that has called, who has more or less given the okay to start that World War III. Do we not? We have a president, a sitting president, who said he is not cognitively able to lead, but yet he is a puppet being used by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton's and the establishment. That's what the rumor is. Shalom, Scott. You're AK Joe. AK Joe. AK Joe. Crisis plans should be in place when people are given responsibilities for what they need to do. This is how this statement reads. From Prepare for World War III Armageddon. I know it sounds a little bit sensationalism, but a lot of people said they're going to build their armies. A lot of countries have. Linda McMahon. I don't know who that is. Yeah. Well, so let's see about that. If the people are told to prepare for World War III apocalypse, the plans by crisis plans. Nations. NATO nations ask. Okay, we gotta have to hear it, you all. I just woke up and I heard 3 days by someone who nations ask citizens to prepare for war, clear-cut direction after Biden sparks World War III fears. They have issued a survival guide as threat of world war looms. Thank Biden. You're going out with a bang. Let me just pause it. Let's go to the beginning of it so we can read it all. All right, here we go. Can you hear me all as well? In 3 days. It's a clear-cut direction after Biden sparks World War III fears. Sparks fears, okay? Fears are something that doesn't need to happen, but it comes before what does happen or what might happen. You know how you won't go forward in life because you're so fearful. You won't take that first step. You won't go for this or you won't go for that. It's fear that holds you back. So right now, something is being held back. We got the fear. Just like when Iran and the rockets get sent over and then Israel retaliates and stuff. It's been going back and forth, but it hasn't spiraled into World War III and all-out apocalypse. It's a tit for tat, but it's not really a tit for tat. They're playing for real. Okay, let's see. We're going to see. It's 4 minutes. Get ready for war. NATO and United States is with NATO. Cut direction after Biden. Clear cut after he does it. Let's get that part out of the way. 5 million war prep leaflets. Where have they been dropped at? In Germany? Well, it's getting serious, you all. Sweden is distributing. No. See, I want to see it. Sweden, shoot. Sweden is distributing over 5 million war prep leaflets. Okay, that's what they're doing. Prepare. All right. World War II style instructions after Biden's missile. Thanks. Mouth. I like to say big mouth. Sorry, and I'm not being whatever. But his mouth was so big. His words have power of life and death, and words cause destruction, or they can cause healing. With his words, he could bring forth peace, or with his words, he can speak destruction. Even though they may not be his words, he is the mouthpiece of somebody calling the shots. So that's a big mouth, a really big, massive megaphone, speakerphone mouth is what it is. World War III, causing panic everywhere, pandemonium. NATO has issued survival guides as threat of World War III looms. You can see it. You can read it. You can see the cars and stuff. Where are they at? Prepare for war clear-cut instruction. Members are issued clear-cut instructions on war prep after Russia's neighbors. Citizens to prepare because they're near Russia. Finland and Sweden have received comprehensive war readiness instructions. You can see it. Probably terrifying people. Over 5 million and offering guidelines. A dark winter. Okay. You're just tuning in. Hello. I had this dream. It said in 3 days somebody's upset and this person wanted to make a phone call. I said, no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere, I told her. She had to make a phone call to a man. Neighboring Finland has launched a war preparedness website. This is serious. We're going to be on the brink of war, and then something's going to happen. Prepare for war. If you're just tuning in. The effects of military conflicts, communication outages, power cuts, as well as extreme weather events. That'd be weather warfare. Stockpiling bottled water. Sanitary products, growing edible foodstuffs at home. Authorities offer tips residents should sustain themselves in the event of war. The brochures also include advice for parents and caregivers, instructing people to preserve and medication. The Swedish government distributes, hold on a second. Hold on. I wish this silly thing would not. The Times of India. To distribute Christian Eller Kriget Comer, if crisis of war comes, to all 5 million households over a 2-week period from November the 18th, according to the Swedish Civil Contingency Agency. We can watch it. MSB, a governmental agency that compiled the pamphlet. You're just tuning in. This is 3D's time. Direction, how to stop bleeding, dealing with anxiety, preparedness, how to speak to children about war and crisis, how to support vulnerable members of the population. An earlier version was published during World War II. World War II. No such Swedish report exists. This person is pure. Look at this, Times of India. Here we are again. We have the media. We have the media, the mainstream media. let's just say this, planning things like this. It's the fear. They're spreading the fear. It won't happen. Let's look at it. NATO nations have been asked to prepare for war. Do you believe that NATO nations have been asked to prepare for war? Or is this particular news thing spreading fear? Look where it comes from. They aren't hiding it anymore. Donald Trump said we're closer to World War III than we ever could. That was a while back. Let's just type it in. You're going to type it in. What did I say? Sweden? Sweden? We're going to type it in unless you watch me type it in. Sweden. War pamphlets. PAMPHLET. World War III pamphlets. You got it. Okay, let's look. Sweden issues pamphlets telling citizens what to do if Russia attacks. BBC, Sweden, Finland, Norway release new advice. Sweden, Finland, Norway release advice. Sweden, Finland urge the residents to be ready for war. Maybe you are not aware of it. Nordic neighbors release new advice on surviving war. Millions of Swedes will start receiving copies of a pamphlet, The Population on How to Prepare and Cope in the Event of War. Okay, so that's coming to a household near you. MSB. The brochure in case of crisis of war will soon be delivered 23 hours ago in Sweden. This affects everyone in Sweden who is 16 years of age and over. That sounds like we know who we are facing. Okay, there would be 5 million people. They will begin mailing out their latest version. The digital version was published at October, and it's been downloaded approximately 55,000 times. You can download the digital version of it. From Monday, November the 18th, MSB began mailing the printed version of the brochure in case of a crisis or war to all Swedish households. This is the 5th such brochure to be published since the Second World War. It will soon be sent to every single household. Here's the greater emphasis. It covers more areas than the latest version. You can see right here. The new brochure contains a number of bullets, lists, and checklists to make it easier to digest. Advice on evacuation, advice on how to stop the bleeding, advice for people who need extra support, advice on dealing with anxiety, advice on preparedness for your pets, advice on how to speak to children about the crisis of war. And there's other versions. This is your public contact center right there. You know who that is. So it's a website. And you better get ready, because somebody opened their mouth. It was like the shot heard round the world with the start of the revolution. Yeah. Fear comes before actual anything. Fear always precedes something, unless it comes without warning. Then you don't get it. But I heard 3 days, somebody's upset. Somebody had to make a phone call because they knew the person was going to be very upset. This lady. And she works for the lady in my dream works for, you may not believe in it, Galactic Council. a commander with the Galactic Council. I don't ever look up anything on it, but this woman said she knew someone was going to be upset, and she specifically mentioned 3 days. Yeah. Some kind of council. Yeah. Um, yeah, good morning. So, fear is the precursor. Um, I don't know what's going to happen once that phone call is made, because she was picking up the phone to make that phone call. Yeah. So I'm going to go. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. But it's all right. I really would encourage you to get prepared, not out of fear, but out of awareness. It would. And most importantly, on the inside of your being. Yeah. Greetings from North Norway, from Monroe, TWP, New Jersey, USA. Yeah. Absolutely. Because you know what happens in times of severe crisis, even in bad snowstorms, what happens? People go to the store at once and there's nothing there. You make great big long lines. And I think a nuclear winter would literally contaminate the whole earth. You know what I saw last night when I was laying there with the castor oil pack on me, watching Star Trek? The Enterprise had to fly over. Their destination was to this one planet, and they had to go and spray over the planet to decontaminate the planet with the Enterprise. They had to do 2 sweeps because they had a call from whoever was on the planet that telling them our planet needs decontaminated. It was with Captain Kirk. He said, they told him, we finished the first round. We'll go back for one more round of sweep the planet for contamination. You have been given those books. Okay, Eva, honey, thank you. Yeah. I'm sure you can decontaminate a planet. I'm sure a higher, a more technologically advanced race of beings, and that includes God, spiritually, and whatever you want to call, however they can do it, however God can do it, they can decontaminate the whole earth from the contaminants. They can stop it from even happening. Yeah. So I'm going to go, and with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. Get yourself prepared. You don't have to overdo it, but you can have at least something. Something. And don't stress out, because if you're stressful, you ain't going to be able to think straight. Just calm down. Calm down. Oh, I agree with you. Our future is not in their hands, but there are things that have to play out in every one of our lives. If the bad things didn't play out in our lives, if the bad things didn't play out in my life throughout my life, I would not be who I am today. And I believe other people can say the same thing. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you.